So, as you can see, this is our video lecture number 2, number 3, no? We are going to tackle today different theories about international trade, no? Theories. We have the classical and modern theory. Sa classical, as we can see, we will discuss more about this mercantilism, absolute advantage, and comparative advantage. Mercantilism is the accumulation of wealth through trade surplus. No? Actually, mercantilism, known in France before as cameralism, which was founded. Pero siya ang ka-pioneer aning idea. Kay finance minister man siya. Si John Baptiste Colbert, sometimes gitawag ni siya og Colbertism. Mercantilism is the belief that wealth is power. In order for a nation to become powerful, it must be wealthy. Therefore, a nation must accumulate wealth through what is the best form of wealth at that time? The best form of wealth at that time is gold and silver. So to accumulate more gold and silver, how? Simple lang. Export through trade surplus, dayon import less. So, ang resulta sa Europe, intercontinental warfare. So, doon ay conflict. Why? Pwede mo na nga export lang, wala import. Dapat doon ay import. Import and export at the same time. So, anyway, mercantilism is accumulation of wealth through trade surplus. And at that time, ang agriculture, wala kayo matagag emphasis ang agriculture. And then another classical theory about international trade is absolute advantage. That is producing goods and services or specialized in the production of a good or service with comparative efficiency. For example, through abundance of mineral deposit and probably through the method of refining petroleum. Ang Saudi Arabia serve as the oil exporter in the world, no? So Saudi Arabia, when it comes to oil, sila ang gitawag mo doon ay absolute advantage. Similarly, Colombia and Venezuela, na sila ay absolute advantage sa coffee. No, Venezuela actually is also an oil country. Zambia, which is found in Africa, specializes in copper. Now the Philippines is known to have plenty of natural gas and bago lang na ito madungong nila sa mga balita sa CNN natay deposit of rare earth. Rare earth is an important mineral for computers, for IT. So someday, I believe na the Philippines will be a very, very rich country. Ma-enjoy ang atong mga apo kay sa ilan nga time. Kung magpabili ng korupsyon, ambot lang. Muna delikado. So we have classical theory, mercantilism, absolute advantage, and then comparative advantage. Kung sa may comparative advantage, well, the tendency to export goods that are cheap to produce at home and to import those that are expensive to produce at home. Wala comparative advantage. It allows the trade between two countries. Dili lang export, kundi export and import at the same time. A country with greater cost of opportunity sa usa ka produkto will export to other countries. And these other countries, tapos sila produkto nga i-export dito sa country. So it requires mutual understanding. It requires mutual cooperation, and therefore there is comparative advantage between two trading countries. One will export, the other will export. If one will import, the other one will also import. Okay, with each other. So, example is this, no? Nakikita mo sa atong kuan. Country A can produce 3 units of product X, but can only produce one product of product Y. Country B can produce 5 units of product X and can produce 4 units of product Y. So, kung tanawin mo, well, country B has the advantage. Pero, kung atong i-divide, 3 divided by 1, that is 3. 1 divided by 3, that is 0.333. 5 divided by 4, that is 1.25. 4 divided by 5, that's 0.80. Sa ito pa, ang tendency na is, ang product ng country A will export to country B product Y. Kaya marami man sa iya. No? Taas mo sa opportunity cost. While country B will export to country A product X because it has comparative advantage over product X. So, doon ay itawag ng mutual benefits. That is what I call comparative advantage. Lahat po itong absolute advantage where it specializes with product or service with comparative efficiency. Meaning to say, gawa nga abundan na sila method of exploiting the natural resource base. Wherein, gawa sa abundance, it would be of better quality and of greater quantity sa oil. O sa Colombia, Venezuela, coffee. Or kung copper, mas barato sa Zambia, sa Africa. Now, sa Philippines, inuntan yung plenty of natural gas. Will become rich country in the future. Dahil magulang natin earth. No? Usap ko na resource na gamit sa computer. So we move to modern theory, which is Hex-Care and Olin theory. Well, pining Hex-Care o Olin theory mo lang biliban ni kay ano. Gibasihan malamit unsa ka abundant ang factor endowment. For example, kung abundant ka ng natural resource, muti mong specialization. Namitan abundant ka sa kahoy, muna yung advantage. Comparative efficiency for timber products. Or abundant ka sa minerals, sa diamond panalitan, then you will export a particular natural resource kay barato man. No? Doon na kay abundance of factor endowment either in terms of natural resource or human resource. Alright? So, another theory, modern theory is pagka makayo, no? Dili lang abundance of resource ang nabasihan. Kundi cost of production, geography, no? Ang economic distance between trading nations, ikaduha ang tariff, protection, etc. Ikaduha ang superficial differences, dili lang political boundaries, but including natural barriers. Other superficial differences like language and the value of a currency towards dollar, no? So, nagagayo mo ng naging limitation ng Hex-Care Olin theory. Product cycle theory is trade over periods life cycle. When product is introduced, when product is developed, then later on it is produced in other countries, and then later on it becomes a standardized product. So, yun na ang life cycle. Kung may standardized. Pero dili, pirmi nilang innovation, mag-innovate, such that it becomes acceptable to other countries. And once it becomes acceptable, it becomes a standardized product. Okay, so that is the product cycle theory. Another is country similarity theory. Okay, country with similar level of development or with countries with similar per capita income and probably similar tastes and preferences, there is greater tendency and they will treat each other more, no? Particularly on manufactured products. Why? Because they have income per capita, they have the same income per capita, they also have the same taste and preferences. So that is country similarity. How similar the country is, it is likely that they will trade more each other. Another is global strategic rivalry. No, this was developed by Krugman and Lancaster. Okay. Now, what do you mean by global? Well, depende sa strategic position sa company. No? Kung ang company multinational dahil nagka-position siya sa Middle East countries. Kung nagka-position siya dili sa Asia, Asian market. Kung nagka-position sa Europe, European market. So, depende na sa kadakon. The greater is the economies of scale of a company or firm, the greater is the tendency to go global. No? Like, for example, Xerox machine, Jollibee, for example. We have Jollibee in Taiwan, we have Jollibee in Vietnam, we have Jollibees in other countries. Pero ang focus na sa ASEAN, East Asia. No? And then, in-importer national competitive advantage. Competitive advantage is different from comparative advantage. Kaya comparative advantage is based on cost, while competitive advantage is based on many other things aside from cost. For example, the demand condition sa product, no? Dahil support sa mga other industries, related industries, strategy sa firm, ang structure sa market, dahil ang rivalry per se. So, these are the theories that you can expect should be understood before we proceed to higher analysis of international trade. But let me point out once again na ang katong WTO, the World Trade Organization sa una, gibasihan to siya sa belief of comparative advantage na the tendency for a country to export goods that are cheap to produce at home and import those that are expensive. If that is the case, mag-enjoy kita, no? There will be equality. There will be distribution of income throughout the world. So, dagan mamulahan na to. Many countries will benefit. However, pag abot na sa WTO, it collapsed into haraon. Pila mo to karaon sa gandong mananahain dosi. But in the end, it collapsed siya sa Doha. And then, countries went back to their regional level. Munang na kay ASEAN, na Mercosur, na EU, karon na po itang itawag og BRICS. The group of BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRICS ang itawag anak karon. So, that's the purpose. Aron ma-eliminate ang itawag nimo o barriers when it comes to political boundaries, barriers when it comes to natural barriers, and superficial differences like differences in language, differences in culture, So nagdiferensya po lang atong mga taste and preferences, no? So yun nga na, no? Now, ang absolute advantage when it comes to definition, absolute advantage is the production of a good or service. Okay? At best. Hindi maging necessarily nga profitable, pero at best. So in other words, they are best when it comes to the production of a product or service. For example, sa akong kanina gingon, what is best in Saudi Arabia? Oil, di ba? In terms of trade, what is best in Colombia and Venezuela? Coffee and oil. In Zambia, copper. Okay? Pero sa comparative advantage, dili gabasihan at best, kundi ang lower cost. Pinakagamay nga cost mo to siya ang mag-export. When it comes to benefits, production is much efficient because many countries will enjoy. Dili lang exporting country, pati importing country will enjoy the benefits. Okay? Dayon, sa absolute advantage, they are more focused in production. While under comparative advantage, the focus is efficiency and, efficiency. So, ang production method should be efficient in the sense nga lower ang cost of production. Dayon, when it comes to cost, dili kayo priority sa absolute advantage ang cost. Mas mo prevail sa ila ang unsay i-produce mo ganang priority, while sa comparative advantage ang ilang ang ilang primary target is cost, mo ganang primary factor gid lugar. No, when it comes to redistribution and reallocation of resources, okay, ang primary focus is on trade. I-trade nila, that's how they develop. That's how they allocate resources. Okay? Pero ang comparative advantage is based on opportunity cost or low, based on production cost. So these are the theories that you would expect I will include in your midterm exam. Okay, nangutana pa ko kung sa midterm. At any rate, basahon ninyo ni siya dari. Kani sa atong gigamit karon. Momentarily, we are using this. Pero mangita rag international trade, when hopefully, when I mag-report ko next week, by September 22, maka-report ko, na ako'y ipa-reserve na international trade. Kaso na atong paluhon na yun. Alright? So, that would be all, and good afternoon.